Hey guys, what's up? It's Charlie here, and today we're going to be looking at 10 things we all secretly hate. There are some things in day-to-day life we all hate, whether we'd like to admit it or not. Get ready for the most relatable video you've seen all day, and be sure to count how many of these things you hate and see how you compare with other people using the poll at the end of this video. Before we get into it, be sure to subscribe to Top 10s and press the bell icon too. Coming in at number 10, we have hangnails. Have you ever been biting or cutting your nails when suddenly you realize there's a little tear in your skin right by your nail? They're tiny and look like nothing at all, but we all know they hurt a ton, and even the slightest tap can leave a stinging pain. This means if you can't deal with it, you have to spend the entire day avoiding your hangnail touching anything. This means no one can brush past you on the way to work on the bus, no one can shake your hand at the office, and you can't even eat properly without that pesky hangnail hurting your finger. We all hate these, and they're often not talked about. They're not that nice to look at, and sometimes people don't even know they have a name. Also, especially if you're a guy, you don't want to seem like a wimp complaining about a tiny scrape. The best way to avoid them is to cut them with a nail clipper or scissors instead of pulling them out, and moisturize your hands regularly. That's right, even you macho guys. Next up is cringe memory. This is something we all do from time to time. You could be minding your own business happy as pie, but then suddenly you think of one dumb thing you said to your crush 5 years ago, or that one time you dropped your lunch tray in front of everybody. The point is, we all have embarrassing moments to look back on. However, sometimes our brains like to give us an ego check by haunting us with random memories of something we did that we regret. People never admit when this happens because they wish they never thought of it. But if you ever see somebody randomly wince or make a super cringeful face, then chances are they've just thought of an embarrassing moment they had. Next up is swinging on chair. We all like swinging on chairs. It's relaxing and it's just a force of habit. However, our teachers and parents always have that story of a kid they knew who fell back on their chair and cracked their head open. We usually shrug it off, but it does stay in the back of our minds. That is why sometimes when we swing a little too much on the back of our chair and almost fall off, we have a mini heart attack. Your adrenaline shoots up like you're entering World War III and you see your life flash before your eyes. This is partly, of course, because we don't want to slam our heads into the ground. But I think we also secretly don't want to give our teachers or parents the satisfaction of saying, "I told you so." Do you live life by the edge and swing on your chair, or is that just too crazy for you? Next up is Wi-Fi. This has to be the #1 problem for millennials. And depending on how good your internet is, this problem can occur every so often or every single day. We all dread the moment our Wi-Fi signal goes out. Our entire digital world comes crashing down as our Snapchat stops sending, our Netflix videos start buffering, and our Instagram DMs won't refresh. This also sucks for students who need the internet to work. Today, Wi-Fi is pretty much a utility like electricity or water, so internet companies really need to do a better job. Do you know how hard it is to upload daily when your Wi-Fi isn't working? Yeah, I really wish my network would do a little better. Next up is cashier rush. This can be a very tense and stressful moment in day-to-day life. So, you're buying snacks or groceries and you've just paid the cashier. But before you've even had time to put your change in your pocket, let alone pack your bags, the cashier is already calling for the next customer. This can mean you sometimes have to rush your packing, or you look like a rude idiot to the customer waiting. And sometimes we even have to take the walk of shame and pack our bags someplace else. The bottom line is cashiers don't really care that much about your ego and just want to get their job done. However, it doesn't change the fact that we all hate it when cashiers make us rush to pack our bags. Next up is pop-ups. Like it or not, ads do need to exist online. Websites and content creators can't spend time and money making stuff for free. However, sometimes websites take advantage of this and unleash a whole lot of pop-up ads onto your computer. Some create windows which never close, meaning you have to shut down your computer. And some pop-up ads are even for some pretty risque things you might not want on your laptop screen, especially in public. Thankfully, in recent years, the number of pop-up ads have gone down dramatically, but you do still find them on some websites, like naughty sites and ones where you watch TV shows. Not that I would know anything about that. Next up is phone orientation. Today we all like being on our phones 24/7. This includes while standing up, sitting down, and laying in bed. But how annoying does it get when you turn your phone while watching a movie laying down and the screen orientation moves? This interrupts the movie or TV show you are watching and means you have to mess around trying to recalibrate it. It's such a minor problem, but it really gets on a lot of people's nerves. The best way around this is to always ensure you have your screen orientation locked before you lay down to watch something on your phone. Next up is toothpaste. We've all been there. We go to clean our teeth in the morning to get some pearly whites. You put the toothpaste on the brush, but once you run the water, it simply knocks the toothpaste off the brush. You then have to watch as your toothpaste is wasted away, falling down the sink. And to add insult to injury, sometimes you have to unstick it from the side of the sink and get it down the plug hole. You then have to waste more time and more toothpaste redoing your toothbrush. A mix of being cranky in the morning and having this very annoying occurrence take place is enough to make anyone have a bad start to the day. Next up is low battery. This is yet another problem related to technology not being as good as it should be in the modern era. We have amazing technology today like robots that can mow your lawn and facial recognition apps on your phone. But for some reason, one thing nobody seems to be able to nail is battery life. Technology in general is known for its bad battery life, excluding the Nokia brick, that is. However, the worst culprits for this have to be iPhones. We all know the struggle of leaving the house with 100% battery and then after a few minutes being at 1%. This can get super annoying, and it's one of those things we all hate but don't really think of. Next up is forgotten phone. Forgetting your phone somewhere is terrible, as you almost always have to buy a new one. But that's not exactly what I mean when I say forgotten phone. This is something that happens to you all the time and is similar to the mini heart attack you get when you swing back on your chair too much. We all know the horror of when we check our pocket for our phone and don't find it where we expect it to be. Sometimes we put it in a different pocket, or sometimes we simply just don't feel it at first. However, it always gives us a little jump. So if you ever see somebody reaching into their pocket and getting a scared look on their face for a second, then this is likely why. Check out the poll in the top right corner and you can vote for how many of these things you hate. And guys, definitely check out my second channel, The Crafty. There's amazing DIY and life hack videos, and there'll be a video for The Crafty coming up on screen in a second, so click it and subscribe too. But as always, thanks for watching. Check out some more videos on screen right now. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and if you haven't already, what are you waiting for? Subscribe to Top 10s.